When installing Dimense wallpaper, handling the seams properly is very important. The material is thicker than standard wallpapers on the market, so seams may be more noticeable. In this video, we will focus on overlap cutting, a cost-effective method that does not require expensive equipment and seam masking tips. Overlap cutting involves cutting two sheets together while they are overlapped, which theoretically makes it easier to align patterns. However, since alignment is done manually, it is more prone to slight misalignments compared to other methods, and the cut may not be perfectly sharp, which can make seams more noticeable. To install the wallpaper this way while improving seam masking, there are two main points to focus on. The first one is VersaWorks settings. Upload the file. Check if the structural icon appears in the Special Items section. If not, it likely means there is an issue with your file or your VersaWorks version is outdated. Then, go to the settings. In the Layout section, click Get Media Width, and select Center on the media. In the Quality section, set the correct media type, and select Print Quality. In the Clip and Tile section, make sure your tile width is set to 153 cm or less, as the maximum printable width is 153 cm. In addition, select Overlap All Corners and set the overlap size to 25 mm. If everything is okay, press Print and begin the process. In this tutorial, we will use DS Media High Resist Matte. The second point is the overlap cutting method. In general, using an automated cutting system with seam masking techniques is the best way to install Dimense wallpaper. However, when cutting manually, the priority is to perform overlap cutting on the table rather than on the wall. This helps prevent the cutter from catching on the surface and leaving scratches or white marks. Here, we'll explain the key points for overlap cutting on the table. Lay two wallpaper tiles on the table and align the patterns carefully. Place a metal ruler at the center where both layers overlap, and cut along the ruler using a sharp knife. Remove the excess top and bottom edges. This is how it looks after cutting the overlap on the table. Important. 1. When aligning the pattern, always check it from eye level and straight on. If you look from above or below, it may appear misaligned, even though it's actually perfect. 2. To minimize seam visibility, paint the side edge with a colored marker. After filling the seam with a color marker, install the wallpaper on the wall. Next, we'll explain how to do overlap cutting on the wall during installation. Prepare the right tools. The Dimense Decor application kit contains all the tools you will need for installation. Ensure the room temperature is between 18 to 25 degrees Celsius. Before applying the water-based glue, make sure the wall is clean, smooth, and free of dust. Using a roller, apply a thick and even layer of glue to the area where the first tile will be placed. Align the first tile of wallpaper. If the wallpaper is large enough, it can extend above the ceiling line. Just make sure the side is straight against the wall. Then, using a plastic squeegee, press the wallpaper firmly from the center outward and from top to bottom to remove any air bubbles. After smoothing it to the bottom, tuck the wallpaper firmly into the corner with a putty knife. Then, lightly score along the edge to mark the cutting line. Use a sharp knife and a guide to trim the excess material along the bottom line. Repeat the same process at the top. If the glue dries at the edges, apply more. Then press the edge firmly to ensure it adheres properly. Repeat the installation process as with the first tile, overlapping the pattern slightly to ensure proper alignment. Begin matching the pattern at eye level. When the patterns are aligned, press the tile lightly on one side to hold it in place. If the pattern isn't aligned, correct it at this stage. Make sure to check at eye level. Once the second tile position is set, finish mounting it. Position the ruler at the center where the two layers overlap. Carefully cut the overlapping section with a sharp knife. After cutting through the overlapped section, remove the excess top and bottom edges. Apply the glue along the seam to ensure a smooth, secure finish and prevent the edges from lifting. Carefully bring both tiles together by gently pulling and pushing them. If the glue seeps onto the media surface, wipe it off immediately with a plastic squeegee, a soft foam roller, or a soft cloth. In general, overlap cutting is the most affordable way to install wallpaper. But please keep in mind that, to get the best seam results, you should always follow these considerations.